In the depths of esoteric teachings, there exists a mystical movement known as Rosicrucianism, a path dedicated to the elevation of the human spirit and the refinement of the vibrational essence. Adherents of this teaching are involved in complex processes aimed at achieving higher states of consciousness, and among these practices stands out one whose efficacy in raising spiritual vibrations is truly remarkable. A key moment in the Rosicrucian practice is the moment of initiation, when the practitioner's heart opens and becomes defenseless. In this deepest vulnerability, the Rosicrucians seek to nurture unconditional love, as if unlocking the potential dormant within each of us. It is this act that becomes the catalyst that ignites the inner spiritual spark that transforms everything around us. From the heart itself, like an etheric light, the rose rises to the center of the third eye, causing a radiant phenomenon that amazes with its beauty and power. This etheric flow permeates the inner sanctum deep within the head, known in Eastern teachings as Brahma's cave. This place is of special significance because it is located between the pineal gland and the pituitary gland, and when it is illuminated with light, a direct pathway to spiritual vision is opened. What will happen when this light fills the cave of Brahma? What secrets will be revealed to those who dare to travel this path? In this exciting spiritual journey, illuminated by the mystical radiance of the rose, the deepest spiritual horizons open up. Among the variety of Rosicrucian practices, the development of the will and centers of action takes center stage, echoing the principles of Chinese alchemy and Japanese philosophy. The lower dantian, located in the abdominal region, appears as an inexhaustible source of energy and purpose. By activating these energy centers, a person gains the ability to transform physical reality, relying on invisible forces. In the Rosicrucian tradition, the centers of will and action serve as a kind of channels that allow adepts to harmonize their inner aspirations and external manifestations. This alignment is the key to realizing the desired changes, a process that is often shrouded in mystery and esoteric knowledge. A crucial element of this practice is the transmutation of physical substances, an alchemical process symbolizing the merging of the spiritual and material worlds. In embarking on this transformative path, the seeker passes through a sequence of stages involving the manipulation of subtle etheric fields of energy. This process represents a gradual ascent to mastery, where the spiritual and the material merge into one. The deep vibrations underlying this metamorphosis resonate with the principles of energy medicine, echoing the overarching desire of the Rosicrucians to refine the depths of their inner world. The adept acts as a vibratory channel, skillfully directing and transforming energy flows in order to achieve harmony with his innermost aspirations. At the zenith of its development, this practice takes the form of the esoteric art of alchemy, a transformative act aimed at changing the very nature of matter. This profound manipulation reflects the alchemical processes of bygone eras, when simple metals were said to be transformed into precious substances, embodying the principle of spiritual ascension through the transformation of the material. In the Rosicrucian tradition, this aspiration is not limited to the physical elements, but extends to the inner reaches of the practitioner's psyche, offering a means to purify and elevate his or her spiritual essence. The complex interplay between spiritual aspiration and material action results in a pattern of transformation woven from threads that transcend the limitations of the material world and embrace the limitless potential of the spiritual. At the dawn of the Rosicrucian path, the aspiring adept is presented with two fundamental exercises that serve as the unshakable foundation of spiritual ascension: self-observation and equanimity. Self-observation is a relentless process of self-discovery, in which an individual meticulously examines his or her thoughts, emotions, and actions throughout each day. The position of an outside observer reveals the underlying patterns that often determine the course of one's life by comprehending the complex workings of one's own consciousness. Equanimity, in turn, acts as a stabilizing factor that permeates all aspects of the practice. Rosicrucians recognize that developing stability in the thinking, feeling, and volitional spheres is essential for further spiritual development. Steadiness of thought involves controlling cognitive processes, avoiding chaotic fluctuations, and cultivating a calm, balanced way of thinking. Emotional equanimity implies taming turbulent mental impulses, achieving a harmonious balance that transcends emotional upheavals. Rudolf Steiner, a perceptive thinker, once remarked that even the most outstanding explorers who travel the vastness of the earth do not make such long and profound journeys as those undertaken by a person immersed in the depths of his own heart. The intricate intertwining of introspection and steadfastness pushes man to self-control and heightened awareness of himself. By shining the light of consciousness into the darkest corners of one's psyche, an individual gains the coveted key to liberation from the shackles of unconscious reactions. This transformative effort, despite its complexity, opens the way to realizing one's full potential and ascending to higher vibrational states. The Rosicrucian tradition, which goes back centuries, emphasizes three fundamental qualities of paramount importance in the process of vibrational elevation: positivity, open-mindedness, and equanimity. A person who nurtures and harmonizes these virtues will inevitably be guided toward higher levels of consciousness and resonant alignment with the spiritual realms. Positivity, often perceived as a simple yet powerful practice, involves viewing the world around us through the lens of optimism and benevolence. The Rosicrucian concept of positive thinking extends far beyond conventional optimism, penetrating into the underlying energetic processes. It is believed that positive thoughts and intentions generate peculiar waves that vibrate at high frequencies, ensuring harmonious interaction with cosmic forces. By harnessing this resonance effect, a follower of Rosicrucian principles comes closer to realizing spiritual truths and achieving enlightenment. The concept of openness, often referred to as equanimity, encourages followers to rise above limited views and embrace a diversity of perspectives. The Rosicrucian path instructs one to see a single truth from different perspectives, cultivating the ability to balance different perspectives. Adopting a multifaceted approach makes the mind more receptive to new revelations and insights, shattering outdated dogmas. The practice of studying an issue comprehensively, as is the tradition, reflects a willingness to consider truth from different angles, leading to a deeper and more comprehensive understanding. Equanimity, often referred to as openness, gives the practitioner's mind a precious balance. Amidst the tumultuous waves of life's vicissitudes, this inner calm allows one to remain steadfast and unperturbed, like a lighthouse withstanding the onslaught of a storm. Rosicrucians, faced with trials and shocks, invariably demonstrate restraint and self-control. By developing this steadfastness, they avoid the trap of emotional impulsiveness, thus creating a stable foundation for the perfection of spiritual energies. When these virtues are diligently cultivated and become an integral part of the personality, they form a beautiful pattern of vibrational elevation, filling the practitioner's being with an energy that is harmoniously in tune with the higher realms of existence. The combination of positive attitude, openness to the new, and equanimity creates a powerful resonance that tunes a person to spiritual frequencies. This allows him/her to feel himself/herself a part of the cosmic symphony and become a conscious participant of the grandiose dance of the universe. In the rich arsenal of Rosicrucian practices that reveal a deeper understanding of the spiritual path, a special place is given to retrospective review, which is a contemplative exercise with far-reaching implications for spiritual growth and self-discovery. At the end of each day, it is helpful to indulge in a practice known as retrospective review, in which one methodically reconstructs the day's events in reverse chronological order. This introspective journey through the events, conversations, and experiences of the day serves the dual purpose of sharpening self-awareness and fostering a deeper understanding of the spiritual forces at work in our lives. Reverse viewing acts as a tool to heighten conscious awareness. By subjecting the many moments that make up a day to careful analysis, practitioners gain insight into the subtle currents that shape their experience. By tracing these steps, they often discover how spiritual forces organize seemingly random events. As a result of this practice, pivotal encounters, unexpected events, and meaningful coincidences become apparent. In addition to its enlightening effect on everyday experience, reverse viewing has profound spiritual significance. This introspective journey is consistent with the concept of teleological destination, the idea that people move toward a predetermined destination shaped by the complex interplay of their past, present, and future. People dedicated to the art of tracing begin to notice the invisible connections between their aspirations and the coincidences that arise along life's path. Like a sudden epiphany, this retrospective analysis encourages them to develop sensitivity and receptivity to the subtle influences that determine the course of their destiny. This practice allows for a closer connection to the world around them and the universal forces that govern it, giving insight into the complex relationship between personal choice and spiritual guidance. Within the Rosicrucian approach, advanced techniques such as dissolution practices and michelic yoga take on special importance. These techniques allow one to transform ancient spiritual texts into personal experience and utilize the energy of the cosmos for spiritual growth. Dissolution practice is a unique way of working with spiritual literature. Instead of simply reading, one seeks to dissolve the meaning of the text into one's consciousness, transforming the words into a direct spiritual experience. By going beyond a literal understanding of the words, adherents of spiritual practices establish a deep connection to the essence of the original spiritual experience, which contributes to a fuller comprehension of the teachings and the realization behind them. Along with the practice of dissolution, michelic yoga is an active engagement with cosmic energies, directing their flow through conscious breathing and intention. Unlike classical yogic techniques, which emphasize physical control of the breath, michelic yoga focuses on harnessing cosmic forces through conscious perception and directed intention. This multifaceted method involves inhaling external impressions and exhaling conceptual insights, thereby harmonizing sensory experience with spiritual understanding. As practitioners perform michelic yoga, they increase their receptivity by taking in sensations from the world around them and allowing them to penetrate into the realm of conscious perception. The exhalation then aims at projecting the concepts formed, enriching them with insights into the underlying spiritual nature of the observed phenomena. Through rhythmic breathing, a connection is established between the tangible and the ephemeral, deepening awareness of their mutual influence. Innovative methods such as dissolution practices and michelic yoga exemplify the Rosicrucian devotion to spiritual perfection through experience. Adepts practicing these techniques embark on a path of vibrational upliftment and spiritual enlightenment through a harmonious blend of ancient knowledge, universal forces, and personal metamorphosis. The Rosicrucian worldview asserts that humanity has a duty to unify the physical and spiritual. Progress requires that individuals possess awareness and develop the ability to see the spiritual in the material. Consequently, matter and spirit come into active interaction, which contributes not only to personal growth, but also to global cosmic evolution.